And we are live, and I'll tell you what, it hops into my mind as well, Apollo. When you see that pool go down, you're wondering, is the count going to go up to 15? Is he going to take it that far? And then even one step beyond that, because you've got to expect that they're not going to scout. Will they put down the pool immediately following, or will they feel a little bit safer? As most Zergs, I don't think they do, but we're going to have the pool go down first, so it's not even going to be a question, and he's going to be very happy that that actually happened. But if we look over at the other side, the gas is down, already up to about 20 gas, is mining with 3 inside the extractor, and we've got 6 lings on the way. So this has aggression written all over it, and I wonder if these lings are going to be able to bypass the vision of this Overlord if they go down to the 3rd, and it doesn't look like the Overlord should be there to see these lings on its way.
Yeah, super high progressive build, but to be honest, Life has one of the best counters to this build. Spawning pool only a few seconds behind, gas a few seconds behind, of course, and he's going to have, you know, a good setup. The question is now, is that gas going to be used in speed initially to build crazy aggressive, or are we going to see a Bailey nest into a handful of Bailings? And by the way this has been mapped out by Curious, it's going to be speed first, so he's going to have these set of lings alone. But to be honest, the hatchery may get cancelled by Life here, but if he doesn't take drone losses, he's actually not in a bad shape here, as long as he gets his speed up just moments after.
Yeah, I agree, and you know, speed's been started, so here we have the Zerglings munching away on that hatchery, and we do have the other Zerglings coming down from Life, and as long as he can kind of keep him you know, at bay, and maybe even get a couple more Zerglings out, speed is definitely going to be done first by Curious. But you know, the whole idea that he's trying to figure out here is, can I actually save this hatchery? And here we go, the engagement begins. We've got some micro coming out here by Life, but Curious does come out just a little bit on top, and then it's going to be a one-on-one versus Zergling, and Life Zergling with 3 hit points left, and suddenly Curious with 14, and Life actually took a couple losses there, but then a nice micro back, and look at that equalization, but more importantly, he saves that hatchery.
Yeah, this is really, really big there. So basically, they traded off the lings equally there. If you look at the unit loss tab, it's basically equal. The thing is that Hatch is down and a 4 drone lead by having a superior build here. So Life is in fantastic shape. And to be honest, Curious has to really go all in from here. It's going to be very difficult just to fall down the expansion, and he's building nothing but lings to do so, to go for the hyper-aggressive play. Life right now should ideally just be building lings of his own, because he sees there's no hatchery down. He sees the lings incoming. And as long as he defends with a spine, with his queen, he's going to be in good shape to take game number 1.
And the spine is about a quarter of the way done and getting up to a 3rd. There we're going to have a scouting Zergling come in. Now, more importantly, Life is going to have speed. He's brought both of the queens down. And here they come, moving on in. And is he going to protect that spine crawler? He does. And keep in mind that the hatchery is already about halfway down. But so far, this looks like a great defense coming out here by Life, as he is holding on with these queens. They're doing some nice damage here. One finally does fall, but he holds off with Zerglings. More coming out as well. And there the spine gets up, and an excellent hold from Life. He loses a queen and a couple of Zerglings, but with that spine crawler up now, it's going to be even more difficult to continue to make pokes here at the front.
Yeah, and we see Curious going back to droning, knowing that he's behind, knowing that he has to get an economy up. He can't keep drilling into a hatchery that has a spore crawler, has queen and lings of his own here. The Bailey nest is coming down, so it looks like he's just going to continue through with attempt number 3 here. But the way Life is playing this out, he's just ahead of every single move that Curious is trying to do.
And, you know, I mean, it's going to be interesting, because with these Banelings, suddenly then Life, who's got a lot of lings coming out, is going to have the option of just counterattacking when all of Curious's forces are up here. And, you know, you could see that he's not necessarily going to commit quite yet. Actually, maybe he is. He sent a few Zerglings back. He does not have a spawning pool, or excuse me, a Baneling nest of his own, but he's going to go ahead and go for the counterattack anyway.
Yeah, he's going to go for the counterattack. Lings are left at home for Curious to actually defend it. He knows it's coming, but there are so many Lings here, and I think Curious is just going to give up his main base. He'll try to fight with his drones, and at the same time morph in 4 Bailings to try to do damage. Can 4 Bailings do the damage? Because there aren't defensive Bailings here for Life, so if these Bailings get the necessary hits, maybe it's still possible for Curious to do well.
Yeah, I suppose it is. All the Lings go down almost instantly with the initial Baneling hit, and suddenly Life, gonna get the queen. Now we got the Banelings making their way into the main. More Zerglings are coming out, but he's got to be very careful. He gets rid of one, but there's still 2 Banelings in there. One hit. Second hit is going to see at least 3 drones down, but we do have the Zerglings still continuing, and there it is. We did have about 6 drones that were killed in there, plus the one at the very beginning, but it looks like he holds it off as well. However, you look at the income tab, and suddenly we do see life down, only 10 drones, and Curious suddenly takes the drone lead.
Yeah, it's very unusual for Life not to be actually getting back in gas, to getting that Bailey nest to defend. That's all he has to do is defend, and without it, it's very difficult. And, you know, Curious has an opportunity through those hits, another wave coming out, 20 Lings versus 13. He has the drone lead as well, so it doesn't really matter about that hatchery, because once again, if Curious manages to do the damage with Bailings, he has 75 gas in the bank here, DG Wheat, and there the 3 Bailings are getting more through that money. If he hits this well again, he could actually pick up the win.
I'm really surprised here at Curious's, you know, the fact that he's been able to kind of turn this into his favor. We do have more Lings coming out now for Life, but I think you said it best, and it's kind of got me scratching my head, is where was that Bailey nest from a defensive point of view? If you knew your opponent was going to keep going for Lings, but hold on, here we have the big attack coming in. Bailey's just trying to find the right targets, looking for a big old hit, and there it is. They do manage to get it, but thanks to that spine crawler, the Lings of Curious are going to go ahead and get out of there. There should be another attack coming on here soon, and now Curious is going to try to hold his ground, and it's literally just continued 1 base Lings coming out here for Curious. The drone count now 15 for Curious and only 14 for Life, but having those Banelings will give him just such a huge advantage to be able to trade a little bit better, and there 2 more do come out.
Yeah, and attempt number 72 now coming out by Curious, and we're going to have to see if it's going to work, because of the hatchery down, even though it's not helping in terms of defense, yes, he may have a little bit more lava, but he's not hitting lava injects, and as long as that hatch remains alive, there's no way Curious can go back to a macro game.
Yeah, there is no way, and there's some Lings coming around from the back. They are going to, oh, no, here come the Banelings into the front. He's immediately going to go for inside. Actually decides to go for the spine crawler, get a Baneling hit there on the drones at the front, and I think that Curious is going to be able to pull this off. He munches all the drones that are trying to move away from the expansion. Queen's going to go down. There it is, well won, GG, and game 1